Hello and welcome to the maiden edition of FMBN Podcast here on 7FM TV, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. On FMBN Podcast, we beam our searchlights on the activities, events, and happenings at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in a bid to keep the citizens abreast with its workings, products, and services. This program comes out every week here on 7FM TV with housing facts, exclusive interviews, commentaries, news, and many more that's bothered around affordable housing here in Nigeria. My name is Patience Okai. I'm your host. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
The latest couple in town.
Good day, sir.
How are you? Oh, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Drinks?
No, we're fine, sir.
How was the moon experience?
It was quite an experience.
How about house?
We are renting at the moment, but we intend to save enough to own our own house, right?
Why not avoid all those Shylock landlords and own a house upfront with the average income and cost of building houses today in Nigeria? Mortgage is the best option. No sweat. I tell you what, that was how I got my first house, and I've never regretted it.
To make good homes, and by implication, a good society, an individual is expected to have an abode from which to take off and return at the end of each day. At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home. Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
Welcome back to FMBN Podcast here on 7FM TV, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Did you know with just 2.5% of your monthly salary, you stand the chance to own your dream home? Ask me how. Watch this.
With a monthly contribution of 2.5% into the National Housing Fund, you can be eligible for a loan of up to 15 million naira to build a house after contributing for a minimum of 6 months.
All right, glad to know you are still with us here on FMBN Podcast, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria here on 7FM TV. Let's take a breather here. We'll be right back.
One, two. What? Stop! People. Don't go back.
Sorry, comrade.
Thank you.
As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent to own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back to FMBN Podcast, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria here on 7FM TV. Speaking on the National Housing Fund, NHF, is Mr. Wenga Babade, the Group Head, National Housing Fund Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, in a chat with 7FM TV correspondent Austin. Let's join the conversation.
Tell us what the National Housing Fund, NHF, is all about.
Basically, the NHF is established by an Act of the National Assembly. Act 3 of 1992 established the National Housing Fund. And the aims and objectives are as follows. Mobilization of the fund. We mobilize funds. That's what we call NHF funds for the provision of affordable houses for all Nigerians. So basically what we do is when we say mobilization of the fund, every Nigerian worker is supposed to contribute 2.5% of his basic income to a pool of fund, which we call the National Housing Fund. So that 2.5% of your basic salary, you will contribute to that NHF. We will now use it now to provide affordable houses for Nigerians. So that's basically in a nutshell what the National Housing Fund is all about. And the Federal Mortgage Bank manages this fund. We manage and disburse this fund. Okay. So it's responsibility of the Federal Mortgage Bank. Once we collect the National Housing Fund, we manage it and we disburse it appropriately to for the provision of houses for Nigerians.
So when you say every Nigerian, every
Nigerian worker,
okay, so
that is above 18 years.
So it is just restricted to the workers alone?
Yes.
Okay.
You must have an income.
You must have an income. Mm-hmm. So the worker it won't be limited to only maybe somebody working within the government organization. It can be any worker.
Yeah, that's why I said every Nigerian worker. I mean, it's very explicit. It's not just in the formal sector. That's what you're trying to say. So it's every Nigerian worker.
Every Nigerian worker. And so long as you have an income that's flowing, you're eligible for the fund. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about the processes for the registration at the loan of National Housing Fund.
Okay, thank you. You know, just like you were trying to say earlier, we have different types of worker. Okay. In FMBN, that's Federal Mortgage Bank, they are classified as, we classify them as formal and informal. Formal is maybe you work for government, you work for banks, you work for, a formal setting that you have an employer and you have many employees, so that's the formal setting, So in that case, if it's a formal setting, if you want to register to the National Housing Fund, you will come to the bank, although now we are trying to automate our process, which we are going to bring the registration to your doorstep, to your phone, to your computer. But right now what we're doing is you will come to the bank. There's what we call NHF form. Okay. I think there are two. There's NHF 1, there's NHF 2 forms. So the NHF 1 form is for the employer. For example, you guys are from 7FM, right?
Yes, sir.
So 7FM as an employer will collect what we call NHF 1 form. They will fill it. All the data, all the requested data, they will fill it. Once they fill it, they're going to submit to us. Then we're going to give them what we call employer number. Then after that, in the form, you state how many staff you have. You will see everything is there. Then after that, after the submission, and we have given you your number, employer number, the employees now, you now tell us maybe you have 10, 20, many number of employees. We're going to give them the form we call NHF 2 form. So once we give you NHF 2 form, that's going to be based on the number of employees that you have in your organizations. They're going to fill that too. So from there, we're going to give you those individuals, those employees are going to have what we call NHF numbers. So that completes the process of registration. Once you have been given NHF number, NHF stands for National Housing Fund.
Yes.
Once you have been given the numbers which serve as your identity to us, it's like your normal account number, in commercial bank. So we call it NHF number. Once you have been given that number, it means you have been registered with Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
Okay, now you talked about the employer first, that will get the
NHF
form,
1, yes,
NHF 1 form,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Then it goes down to the employee.
Absolutely.
Now, coming down to the employee, that's it, from 1 and 2. What is the employee? The employer, does it take away the money? Does the 2.5% direct from the employee's salary?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then send it
to us. Yes, and remit it to us. Yes.
Okay, that's right. Now let's talk about how much loan can a contributor access under the National Housing Fund scheme? Because is it same for everybody?
No, it's not.
It's not same for everybody.
Yeah, so I explained that about what you can afford.
Okay.
It's about affordability. For example, Mr. A salary is rent from Mr. B, and Mr. B is rent from Mr. C.
Okay.
So it's about affordability, and what determines the affordability is your income, your age, and the loan that you want,
to apply for.
To apply for. For example, if you're applying for 10 million, we'll do our affordability test, affordability test, because there is a law that states that you cannot use more than 1/3 of your salary,
Okay.
of your income, to access a loan. So we look at, based on your income, your age, we'll do our affordability matrix, we'll carry out a test. Your repayment must not be more than 1/3 of your salary. So that's what determines affordability. That's what determines how much loan we're going to give you. But the maximum loan you can apply for in Federal Mortgage Bank is 15 million.
15 million.
So within the band of 50,000 to 15 million, based on your affordability. Okay. That's the action word. Based on your affordability. So we will disburse that loan to you.
Okay, but the rate still goes at 2.5%.
See, there is what we call contribution.
Okay.
Your normal 2.5%, that's 2.5% of your monthly income. Monthly.
Okay, it goes steadily.
It goes steadily into a pool.
Okay.
That's where we get, those are sources of our fund. 2.5% of your monthly income come to the pool. Now, if you want loan, now, that's the asset side of our transaction now. If you want loan, the loan we're going to give you at 6%, NHF loan. There are different kinds of loan.
Okay.
But our flagship loan is called NHF loan, National Housing Fund loan. This one you have to go through a primary mortgage bank. Is at 6%. We have other types of loan. We have rent to home. We have home renovation loan. We have individual construction loan. We have cooperative housing development loan. We have various types of loan. But the flagship, like I said, is NHF loan, which you have to go through primary mortgage bank, and is at 6%. It's a loan. Okay. You cannot get it anywhere in Nigeria. No bank can give you loan at single digits, 6%. All of our loans are at single digits. That means it's not more than 9%. Oh. So for the flagship, let's talk about that flagship. So yes. We will give you, that's what you can, based on your affordability, again, I say based on your affordability, you can request for a loan of up to 15 million, and it's going to be at 6%. But we're going to use our own internal calculation, which we call affordability test, to determine how much we're going to give you. So that's it.
All right, that was an exclusive interview with the Group Head National Housing Fund, Mr. Benga Babade, with 7FM TV correspondent Austin. Thank you very much. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
You are still on to the program FMBN Podcast, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria here on 7FM TV. I hope you've learned a thing or two on today's edition. Just before we go, let's bring you FMBN News this week. And that's the much we have for you here on FMBN Podcast, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Do join us next week for another educative edition of the show. You can follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more updates. At Instagram, 7TV_NIG, at Twitter, 7TV_NIG, at Facebook, 7TV Nigeria, at YouTube, 7FM-TV. You can visit our website at www.7fm.tv. And sure to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. Until I come your way again, my name is Patience Oka, your host. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye.